Hello children, in this video we are going to study algebraic expressions. Hello children, in this video we are going to study algebraic expressions. Now the name of the lesson is algebraic expressions and we have already studied some part of it in simple equations. Now here algebraic expression is a mathematical statement which has coefficients, variables and or constant. There is a possibility that there may not be a constant, therefore and or constant. Now here a variable. What is a variable? A variable is alphabet that's used in place of the unknown value. Next, what's a coefficient? Is the number that precedes a variable. Whatever number comes before the alphabet is going to be a coefficient. What is a constant? A constant is a number that has no variable attached to it. Now next, the terms. Now what do we mean by terms? Terms are components of an expression that are separated by plus or minus, not multiplication or division. Please do remember that. Whenever there is a plus or minus, we could see the separation of the terms. Next, let's see algebraic expression and divide it into the study the different components of it. First, we have 2, which is coming exactly before the alphabet. Therefore, it is called as coefficient. Then we have x, which is an alphabet. Therefore, it's going to be called as a variable. Then we have 3, which has no alphabet attached to it, no variable attached to it, so it's a constant, and this entire thing is called as an algebraic expressions, and there are two terms in that, 2x and 3. Because there's a plus in between, therefore we could see these are two terms. Now this entire thing is called as algebraic expressions, and when we have certain thing like a plus b whole squared equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, we call that as an identity. This is how we understand by algebraic expressions. Now when we have studied algebraic expression, let us see what is meant by a tree diagram. A tree diagram is division of algebraic expression into terms and terms into factors. Now we could see the expression here 4x squared minus 3xy. Because there is one minus sign in between, we see that there are two terms, that is 4x squared and minus 3xy. Now 4x squared, what are the terms involved? There is 4 and there's x squared, that is x squared means there are two x's involved. So x, these are the factors. Now minus 3xy. Now here there's a coefficient that is minus 3 and then there is x and then there is y. Now what do we understand by like terms? Now like terms are the terms that have same algebraic factors. Algebraic factors, that is they have the same variable and the variable must have the same power, the number on the head of them. So that's called as like terms. Unlike terms, when they have different or algebraic factors, they are unlike terms. Algebraic factors, by that again we mean the variable and the power that is given to the variable. So here this is how we understand. Now here what are the simple rules, simple steps that we should take when we are separating the terms into like terms and unlike terms. First thing that we should ignore is the numerical coefficient. Coefficients can be different. There is no problem with coefficients being different and the terms being like. Concentrate on algebraic parts of the terms. Algebraic parts, the alphabet, the variable and the power assigned to them. That's the algebraic part. Check the variables in terms. Now here we have to see the variables. They must be same. Next, check the powers of each variable in the term. They must be the same. Note that in deciding the terms, two things do not matter: the numerical coefficients and the order in which the variables are multiplied in the terms. These are the two things that we should not really look at. The variables can be multiplied in any order. You can have yx and xy. Doesn't really make a difference because we have already studied the properties, and the properties tell us that the multiplication is commutative, and since multiplication is commutative, that means the numbers can be multiplied in any order. Now, an algebraic expression with one term is called as a monomial. Whenever there is only one term, that means there is no plus or minus sign in between them. That means it's a monomial. An algebraic expression which contains two unlike terms is called binomial. That means there is either one plus or a minus sign in between two terms. An expression which contains three terms, that means there has to be two plus or minus sign, two signs, that is plus or minus, it can be anything. So that's a trinomial. In general, an expression with one or more terms is called as a polynomial. Thus, a monomial, a binomial, and a trinomial are all polynomials. Polynomial stands for a general name for an algebraic expression. It can be a monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Now, if you wonder that polynomials are the number of, in a polynomial the number of terms should be more than three, no, not happening. It can be a monomial, you could still call it a polynomial. It can be a binomial and it could still be called a polynomial. It can be a trinomial and still could be called as a polynomial. Now here we come to the exercise 12.1. Here we have to give mathematical statement for these statements. So here subtraction of z from y. That means y is subtracted from z. So y minus z. So subtraction of z from y, that is y minus z. 1/2 the sum of the numbers x and y. That means the sum and then it is halved. Therefore the sum is put in the bracket, that is 1 upon 2 x plus y. The number z multiplied by itself. When a number multiplies itself, we call it a square. So z squared. 1/4 the product of the numbers p and q. So 1 upon 4 product of p and q, that is pq. So 1 upon 4 pq. Now here we don't require to put p and q in a bracket because multiplication is commutative, so you can multiply in any order. 1/4 then numbers x and y both squared and added, that means x square plus y square. The number 5 added to 3 times the product of the number m and n, that means 5 plus 3 times m and n, that is 3mn. Product of numbers y and z subtracted from 10. From 10 we are subtracting the product of y and z. Product of y and z is yz and it is subtracted from 10, therefore 10 minus yz. Sum of the numbers a and b subtracted from their product. Sum is subtracted from the product. Now product of a and b is ab and from that we are subtracting the sum of a and b, therefore a plus b has to be put in the bracket. So ab minus a plus b. Now identify the terms and the factors in the following. Show the terms and factors by a tree diagram. Now here what we had studied earlier, the tree diagram, the same thing has to be shown here. So x minus 3. What are the terms here? X is our first term and negative 3, that is minus 3, is our second term. Now the factors are x, the factor is alone x, and then minus 3, the factor is minus 3 itself. Then the second one, 1 minus x plus x squared. So the terms are 1 minus x and x squared. So these are the three terms. Now each of the factors, the 1, the factor is 1, x, the factor is x, and x squared, the factor is x and x, because there are two x's involved. The power here given to x is 2, therefore 2 x's. Then y minus y cubed. So the terms are y and minus y cubed. Now y alone, therefore only one y, and then y cubed, negative y cubed. So minus y and then y and then again a y. There are three y's involved because it is cubed. The power given here is 3. Therefore 3 y's we get here. Next, the next one is 5xy squared plus 7x squared y. Now the terms involved are 5xy squared and minus 7x squared y. Now the factors are 5, then x, then y, and then again y. Now next term is 7x squared y. The factors are minus 7, then again y x squared, then x again, then again y. These are the four factors. The negative sign can be carried by any one of these. Then minus ab plus 2b squared minus 3a squared. Now here the terms are minus ab plus 2b squared minus 3a squared. Now minus a and b are the two terms, plus 2b squared, that is 2, then again b and then again b. Now minus 3a squared, so minus 3, then we have a and then we have a again. So these are the three factors of minus 3a squared. Now next we have to identify the numerical coefficients of the following. That means only the numbers, not the variables. So the coefficient comes to the variable. So here coefficient, that is number and variable together with making a term. So here 5 is a constant and minus 3t squared is a expression with variable. So minus 3t squared, the coefficient is minus 3. Now here we have minus t and there is no variable involved, so it is 1. And then minus t squared, again no coefficient involved, so there is 1. And then minus 3 t cubed, so again there is coefficient of minus 1. So all of them are negative ones. Now x, then again there is no coefficient, so it is 1. 2x, that is the coefficient is going to be 2. And then we have again minus 3 y squared, so it is sorry positive, so it is minus sorry positive 3. Now next 100 mn, so 100 minus 1000 mn n, that is minus 1000. Then minus p squared q squared, so there is no coefficient, so there is minus 1. Then 7pq, so the coefficient is positive 7. Again 1.2 and 0.8 as are the coefficients. Then here 3.14 is the coefficient for r square. 2 in bracket L plus P. Here 2 is the coefficient, the numerical coefficient. And then lastly we have 0.1, the coefficient of y, and 0.01, the coefficient of y squared. These are the coefficient. Now understand one thing, that wherever there is no coefficient shown, there is a coefficient of 1. As in second question we see plus t squared plus t cubed. So all these places there are no numerical coefficient actually shown. But when there are no coefficients, there is always a coefficient of 1. Identify the terms which contain x and give the coefficient of x. Now here we have to give the coefficient of x. Now coefficient can be a variable, can be the number. So here the first one, y squared x. So the term involving x is y squared x. So the coefficient here is y squared. The second one, 13y squared plus sorry minus 8yx. So the coefficient is minus 8y. Again x plus y plus 2. So the coefficient is 1 and it has to be circled up. Then 5 plus z plus zx. So here the coefficient for x is z plus z, and then 1 plus x plus xy. So here the coefficient for x is 1 and then we are circling it up. Again plus xy, the coefficient here is y, and then 12xy squared. Now here 12xy squared has got x in it, so leaving x, whatever is there in that term has to be its coefficient. Lastly we have 7x plus xy squared. So the coefficient of the x in the first one is 7 and in the second term is y squared. Classify into monomials, binomials and trinomials. Now here where there are two terms, we call it binomial, one term we call monomial, and three terms we call it trinomial. So the first one has two terms, so binomial. Second one has one term, so monomial. Third one has three terms, so trinomial. Fourth one has only one term, so it is monomial. Fifth one has three terms, so trinomial. Sixth one has two terms, so binomial. Seventh one has two terms, so binomial again. Eighth one has only one term, so monomial. Ninth one has three terms, so trinomial. And then 10th one again has two terms, so binomial. Then 11th one has two terms, so again binomial. And last one has three terms, so it is a trinomial. State whether the given pairs of terms is of like terms or unlike terms. So whether the variable and the power given to the variable are same or not is what we have to check. The first one, both are constants, no variable involved, so they are like terms. Second one, both of them have the variable x and the power for x is not shown here, that means there is a power of 1. So x raised to 1, the powers are same, the variables are same, so they are like terms. The third one, minus 29x minus 29y, here though the coefficients are same, the variables are not same, so they are not like terms, so we call them as unlike terms. The fourth one, 14xy 42yx, here we see that the variables are x and y, though the order is different, the variables are same, so they are like terms. then 14m square p and 4m p square. So here the terms, so the here the variables, though they are same, but the power given to m in the first term is 2 and the power given to p in the second term is 2. So the powers are not same. So they are not like terms, so they are unlike terms. Last one, again we see the coefficient same, but the powers are different. So they are unlike terms.